Welcome to episode 372, where I'm talking about imbalances and disorders which can occur in the mind channel, or Mano Vaha Srotas, such as disorders of anxiety, anger, depression, memory, phobia, and psychotic disorders. I also discuss the possible causes of these disorders and steps that we can take today to prevent these imbalances and disorders from occurring. So please stay tuned. Hi there, I'm your host Colette, and on this podcast I will be sharing the teachings of Ayurveda, yoga, and holistic health practices. Now, if you're new to Ayurveda, I recommend checking out the first couple of episodes where I do an introduction to Ayurveda and the mind-body types. Thanks for listening, and now here's a new episode. Ready to take your Ayurvedic practice to the next level? Kerala Ayurveda Academy offers Ayurvedic certification programs for beginners and advanced practitioners, both online and in person, in the beautiful Bay Area, California. Their programs are rooted in the Vedas, providing expert-level training to deepen your practice and enhance your clinical skills. Learn from renowned experts in traditional Ayurvedic education and gain the tools you need to enhance your wellness career. Enroll now and save $100 with the code ELEMENTS100. Take advantage of this opportunity to advance your Ayurveda journey. Visit keralaayurveda.us/courses to learn more and register today. And you'll find all those details in the show notes. Hey there, and welcome back to the Elements of Ayurveda podcast. It's me, Colette, today for a solo episode where I'm discussing the imbalances and disorders which can manifest in Mano Vaha Srotas, or the mind channel. So today I'm going to begin with covering the basics of this channel. Mano Vaha Srotas is the channel responsible for the mind and mental functions. The root or mula of Mano Vaha Srotas is the heart and the nadis. The nadis are the subtle energy pathways for each of the five senses. The marga or passage of the mind channel is the entire body, and the mukha or opening are the sense organs of the eyes, ears, tongue, nose, and skin, along with the marma points. And marma points are points on the body where there's a concentration of life force energy or prana located. And these are the junction points for the physical and energetic body. Mano Vaha Srotas governs mental functions like cognition, memory, sensory perception, thought processes, emotions, and imagination. The mind channel bridges the mind, body, and spirit by taking in experiences from the physical world via the senses and allowing the mind to interpret sensory input from the body and turn it into meaningful thoughts, responses, and emotions. By processing sensory experiences, Mano Vaha Srotas helps to cultivate awareness and enrich our spiritual understanding. When in balance, this channel enables a harmonious flow where mental clarity supports physical health, and both are in sync with the inner self. Imbalances in Mano Vaha Srotas disrupts this alignment, creating mental, physical, and even spiritual disharmony. In essence, Mano Vaha Srotas is vital for aligning mental clarity, physical well-being, and spiritual growth, helping us to live fully in each moment and stay grounded in a larger sense of purpose and connection. Now, if you want to know more about the functioning of Mano Vaha Srotas and the subdoshas involved, please check out episode 300, where I went into that in detail. Because in this episode, I'm going to delve deeper into the imbalances in the channel of the mind. But before I go any further, I wanted to let you know that I've set the date for the next discounted group Digestive Reset Cleanse, and it's happening January 31st, 2025. A great way to start the new year by taking care of your health and well-being. This is a group cleanse, and we'll go through it in a private community where we're going to support each other, hold each other accountable, and share our experiences along the way. But this cleanse is tailored to you because it comes with a 90-minute one-to-one online consultation with me, where I tailor this holistic cleanse to you. I tailor the recipes, the mindfulness, the yoga, the breath practices, the self-care to you and your lifestyle, making sure that this cleanse is as easy as possible for you to implement without causing any overwhelm or stress in your day-to-day life. For more information, please click on the link in the show notes or visit my website, elementshealingandwellbeing.com. And for this group digestive reset cleanse starting January 31st, go to the events page. If that date doesn't work for you and you want to do a private cleanse, it's the same structure. You just have me one-to-one for support and you get to choose dates that work for your schedule. Then go to the programs page. And so I hope you can join us and start 2025 by taking care of your health and well-being. Okay, time to delve back into the imbalances in Mano Vaha Srotas. So now I'm going to look at the signs and symptoms of aggravation in Mano Vaha Srotas. The first one being a lack of clarity or confusion, a lack of focus and restlessness, poor decision-making, anxiety, depression, and mood swings, a lack of motivation, misperception and negative thoughts, a lack of direction in life, poor concentration, and memory loss. These are some of the early signs of aggravation in Mano Vaha Srotas. And if these early signs of imbalance are not rectified, then they can manifest into further disorders. So let's take a look at some of the possible disorders of Mano Vaha Srotas. First of all, we need to understand that the mind channel encompasses mental and emotional functions. So disorders in this channel can span from anxiety and depression to more complex psychological and neurological conditions. Here are some specific disorders that Ayurveda associates with imbalances in Mano Vaha Srotas. First one being anxiety disorders, which can result in a restless mental state and lead to constant worry, nervousness, fear, and stress. Anxiety disorders are often linked to an imbalance in the Vata dosha. Depression is considered a heaviness or dullness in the mind, leading to lethargy, sadness, and inertia or loss of interest. Depression can be linked to imbalances in the Vata and Kapha doshas. Anger disorders can include a short temper, explosive anger, and difficulty managing anger, and this can lead to mental burnout. Anger disorders are usually associated with a pitta aggravation. Psychotic disorders are severe disturbances in mental and sensory functions, comparable to psychosis, extreme mood disturbances, or personality disorders. These disorders can result from a combination of doshic imbalances, often a mix of Vata, Pitta, and or Kapha. Memory disorders can lead to forgetfulness, confusion, and difficulties in decision-making. These can be linked to an aggravation of the Vata dosha, which creates restlessness in the body and mind, leading to scattered thoughts and poor memory retention. Fear and phobia disorders are intense, irrational fears or phobias that impact daily functioning, which can be associated with a Vata imbalance, leading to an overactive nervous system and heightened fear responses. We can see that each disorder reflects how doshic imbalances in the Mano Vaha Srotas can manifest uniquely, impacting various aspects of mental and physical health through its direct connection to the nervous and endocrine systems influencing bodily functions. So now let's take a look at some of the possible causes of aggravation of Mano Vaha Srotas. Starting with food and activities that can aggravate the doshas of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, and that also can aggravate the mental qualities of Rajas and Tamas, resulting in a decline of the sattvic quality of balance, clarity, and harmony. Intense expression of emotions of grief, fear, anger, desire, envy, etc. This can lead to an aggravation of Mano Vaha Srotas. Obsession with thoughts and suppressing thoughts both can have a negative impact on Mano Vaha Srotas. Mental injuries or mental trauma, stimulants like drugs, overuse of caffeine and alcohol, aggravated Vata dosha resulting in anxiety, nervousness, and indecisiveness, aggravated Pitta dosha resulting in anger, jealousy, competitiveness, and overambition, aggravated Kapha dosha resulting in possessiveness, greed, and inertia. And I want to remind you of the three main causes of disease in Ayurveda. The first one being the improper use of the senses. The sense organs are the opening of Mano Vaha Srotas, and therefore we need to be mindful of what we expose our senses to. The second main cause of disease in Ayurveda is transgression of wisdom, making poor food choices, poor lifestyle choices, and living out of tune with nature or the circadian rhythm. And the third one being the effect of time, degeneration as we age. And so we want to promote longevity and vitality by living an Ayurvedic lifestyle to help slow down degeneration as we age and prevent imbalances in the body and mind. Now, the Ayurvedic approach to managing Mano Vaha Srotas disorders is, of course, a holistic approach. And when examining the health of Mano Vaha Srotas, we'll want to determine the rogi's prakruti, which is the unique constitution, and vikruti, which is current state of health, along with their emotional state, sensory perceptions, and their clarity of thought and direction in life. After an in-depth consultation with the rogi, a holistic plan is put in place with the aim to restore doshic harmony, to promote mental clarity, emotional resilience, and overall mental well-being and balance in Mano Vaha Srotas. And I want to highlight here the close and dynamic relationship between Mano Vaha Srotas and Prana Vaha Srotas, which is the channel of life force energy or breath. Prana Vaha Srotas governs the breath, and prana, our breath, energizes both the mind and the body. And it directly nourishes Mano Vaha Srotas by fueling mental functions like thought, perception, and emotional balance. When prana is flowing well, the mind, through Mano Vaha Srotas, can remain calm, focused, and resilient. Balanced prana supports clear thinking, emotional stability, and mental alertness as it helps clear mental and emotional blockages within Mano Vaha Srotas. Breathing practices like pranayama, which is breath control, directly engage Prana Vaha Srotas to stabilize the flow of prana, bringing awareness to the present moment, calming the mind, reducing stress, and settling anxiety. Prana Vaha Srotas and Mano Vaha Srotas are interconnected in a way that allows for a free flow of life energy and mental clarity. When in harmony, they enable a calm, focused, and resilient mind and body. Therefore, pranayama or breath control practice is one of the best ways to nourish Mano Vaha Srotas and prevent imbalances. The type of breath practice will be tailored to you in an Ayurvedic consultation. But in general, a slow, calming breath practice is best to calm the restless Vata dosha, like that of Nadi Shodhana or alternate nostril breathing. And for Pitta dosha, a cooling practice will balance any heated emotions, like that of Shitali cooling breath. And for the Kapha dosha, an energizing practice will help to stimulate the heaviness of an imbalanced Kapha dosha, like that of Brastrika or bellows breath. Now, if you're new to breathing practices, I do have a free pranayama tutorial available, and I'll put a link to that in the show notes. And along with these breathing practices, here are some other tips to help you maintain balance in the channel of the mind and prevent any aggravation or disorders. First of all, it's really important for you to understand the right food and lifestyle choices for your unique constitution. So educating yourself on your individual constitution and the subtle signs of imbalance, which can naturally happen in our lives. For example, feeling anxious. But when we have the awareness of these imbalances in the early stages, we can then implement adjustments to our diet, our lifestyle, our self-care, and bringing in these mindfulness practices like the breath practices to help restore balance so that they don't go on to affect our physical, mental, and emotional health further and possibly manifest into disorders. So it's all about having awareness so we can catch these naturally occurring imbalances like anxiety in the early stages. We also want to build mental resilience by practicing pranayama, as I mentioned, and other mindfulness practices like meditation to cultivate calmness in the body and mind, to create awareness, and to build up a buffer to stress. Spending time in nature is the easiest way to calm the nervous system with the grounding and soothing effects of nature on our senses. Having sattvic relationships in our lives, who we surround ourselves with, what we're exposing our senses to, and how we're living our life, where we're focusing our energy, all that is really important in creating harmony and balance in our life. Promoting sattva by implementing the daily dinacharya or self-care practices recommended by Ayurveda, and I discussed those in detail in episode 16. Aligning our body and mind to the circadian rhythm, which is of paramount importance for the health of Mano Vaha Srotas and our overall health and well-being. And I discussed the circadian rhythm in episode number 8. There are many Ayurvedic herbs to calm the mind, and I discussed those in episode 302, titled Ayurvedic Herbs for the Mind and Nervous System. But as I always mention, I highly recommend getting professional advice before taking any herbal supplements, as you want to make sure that their actions and their qualities are appropriate for your unique constitution and current imbalance. And finally, cleansing and rejuvenating the body and mind to aid in eliminating any accumulation of ama or toxins in the body and any accumulation of doshas. And by getting rid of these accumulations in the body, you help prevent imbalances and promote optimal health. Now, these practices are recommended by Ayurveda to promote clarity and balance of Mano Vaha Srotas, which is essential for accessing higher consciousness, inner peace, and spiritual insight as it mediates between the external world and our soul's inner journey. These practices will help to calm Mano Vaha Srotas, quiet the mental chatter, clear emotional blockages, which are essential for spiritual awareness and connection to a deeper sense of purpose. Now, if all this is very overwhelming for you and you're not sure where to start in implementing these practices, well, I can be there to support you. First of all, I have over 7 years of free podcast episodes for you to check out. And I mentioned some already throughout this podcast, like that of the one on dinacharya, episode number 16, episode number 8 on the circadian rhythm. And I mentioned episode 302 on the Ayurvedic herbs for the mind and nervous system, with the caveat that I do recommend getting professional advice. And that's where I can offer you support. You can check out my online services. I offer online consultations where I can tailor all this information to you and put a strategy together for your diet, lifestyle, self-care, and mindfulness, and a sustainable strategy that fits into your lifestyle. And of course, I address any current imbalances going on. I also have my digestive reset cleanse. I mentioned earlier that my group discounted cleanse, the next one is starting January 31st, 2025. Great way to start the new year. Maybe a gift you can give to yourself over the holidays. And if that date doesn't work for you of January 31st, then you can choose a private cleanse. It's the same structure. They both come with a 90-minute online consultation with me. But in the private cleanse, you get to choose your own dates that work for your schedule, and you have me one-to-one for support. And if you like to study by yourself, then I recommend my online Daily Habits for Holistic Health program. This is a 28-day self-paced program with the objective to help you live in tune with your circadian rhythm and educate you on becoming your own healer. We also cover lots of mindfulness practices and how to connect with your intuition. And then I combine all these services in my Reset, Restore, Renew program. Now, I know that's a lot of information, so please check out my website, elementshealingandwellbeing.com. And there you'll find lots of information along with a comparison chart so you can see what you get in each of my services and decide what's best for you. And if you want to chat online before booking them, take advantage of my free 15-minute services inquiry call, and we can have a chat and I can answer all your questions. And that's it for today. I hope this episode was interesting to you. Of course, Mano Vaha Srotas, the mind channel, is something we really need to take care of in our world today as we are exposed to so much sensory overload. And if you think that this episode will be helpful to family or friends, please share it with them so we can spread this wisdom of Ayurveda. And if you haven't already subscribed or followed the podcast, please do so. And the new episodes will automatically download for you every week. And if you feel that you're getting benefit from this podcast, I would really appreciate a rating and review wherever you listen to your podcast. And this will help others to find the podcast and spread this wisdom of Ayurveda. Please come join me on social media. You can find me on Facebook under Elements Healing and Wellbeing. And my new Instagram page is Elements of Ayurveda Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in and wishing you all a happy and healthy holiday season. And until next time, take good care of yourself, be well, and bye for now. Slán go fóill.